Hi friends, when two elephants are fighting, what will Indian cheetah do? So I think that's a topic that we are going to discuss. So in a lighter way, जब दो बंदर फाइट कर रहे हो तो फायदा किसको होगा? बिल्ली को ही तो होगा. So I think what I'm talking is all about trade wars. This Wednesday, Trump had imposed additional tariffs on 200 billion worth of imports from China. अब तक ठीक था, 30-35 बिलियन डॉलर पे टैरिफ वॉर चल रहा था. चाइना वॉज इम्पोजिंग टैरिफ्स, यूएस वॉज इम्पोजिंग टैरिफ्स, बट नाउ व्हेन द अमाउंट इज $200 बिलियन, दिस इज ह्यूज. सो ऑब्वियसली चाइना अपना ट्रेड कॉम्पिटिटर है इंटरनेशनल मार्केट में. सो अगर चाइना पे इम्पोर्ट रिस्ट्रिक्शंस है, सो इफ चाइना इज नॉट एबल टू एक्सपोर्ट, तो द नेचुरल बेनिफिशियरी इज फ्रेंड्स इंडिया. सो इन अ वे जो मिस्टर मोदी का जो काम था मेक इन इंडिया, इनफैक्ट ट्रम्प इन अ वे इज हेल्पिंग आवर इंडियन प्राइम मिनिस्टर टू अचीव द गोल ऑफ मेक इन इंडिया. इन अ वे actually this is going to benefit India and Indian companies, this trade war. So why we think this is going to benefit India is from two things. Number one, एक तो चाइनीज स्टॉक मार्केट 16% नीचे गिर गया. सो ऑब्वियसली चाइना इज मोर अवेयर दैट बिकॉज ऑफ दिस रिस्ट्रिक्शंस दे विल नॉट बी एबल टू सेल एंड दे विल नॉट बी एबल टू अर्न प्रॉफिट्स. बट कॉन्ट्ररी देखिए, यूएस स्टॉक मार्केट हैजंट बज्ड, और इनफैक्ट स्टॉक मार्केट उनका थोड़ा ऊपर गया है. दे दो, अगर चाइना से इंपोर्ट नहीं करेंगे तो इंडिया से करेंगे और किसी कंट्री से करेंगे. सो उनका कॉस्ट बढ़ने वाला नहीं है, बट द इम्पैक्ट डायरेक्टली इज ऑन चाइना. सो नाउ लेट अस डिसाइड. So let us discuss the merits. What is the composition of the trade and क्या इंडिया उसका एडवांटेज ले सकता है? I think that's the multi-billion-dollar question. So the current structure of trade is $560 billion, both import and exports, the total trade. Out of it, China exports around $400 billion and US imports around $160 billion. So ऐसा $560 billion is a total trade. Let us understand what all things China is exporting. So वहाँ पे restrictions अगर आएगा, so obviously Indian companies will be able to take advantage and sell in the US market. So let us understand the composition. So this is gross. Electrical machinery and equipment around $500 billion. Machinery इंक्लूडिंग कंप्यूटर्स. सो करेंटली डेल वगैरह जो फॉरेन की कंपनियां हैं वो चाइना में मैन्युफैक्चरिंग करवाती है एंड देन अगेन गुड्स गो बैक टू यूएस. सो इवन दोज काइंड ऑफ मैन्युफैक्चरिंग एक्टिविटी विल बी इम्पैक्टेड. और ऑब्वियसली इंडिया वांट्स टू बिकम अ मैन्युफैक्चरिंग हब इन इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स एंड कंप्यूटर स्पेस. सो बेंगलोर में वगैरह काफ़ी कंपनियों को फ़ायदा होगा. सो व्हेन मैन्युफैक्चरिंग कम्स बैक टू इंडिया. फर्नीचर, बेडिंग, लाइटिंग एक्सेट्रा, $98 billion. Clothing and clothing accessories around $140 billion. Optical apparatus and medical apparatus, plastic and plastic articles. So this is the broad composition wherein these are all the industry which exports goods to US. So now since there are tariffs, assuming there is a 25% tariff, so earlier American companies used to import at say 100 rupees. So now they will be able to import at 125 from China. So they are not going to import from China. They are going to maybe from India or some other country. So for them, they will still be able to import at 100 rupees, but they will buy from either India or other emerging countries who can fulfill the quality assurance, all those things. So these are the industries that are going to benefit. And yes, there are. So India was lacking because of manufacturing pickup नहीं हो रहा है, manufacturing is shifting to China because of low cost advantage. All this is going to change because of this tariff war. India will be the major beneficiary and manufacturing will get a boost, and therefore it is good for India, good for our country and for GDP. So what are the companies that are going to benefit? So in electrical and machinery space, I think ABB, Siemens, Havells, Whirlpool, Bajaj Electricals. So these are all companies which will be able to garner market share in US by exporting equipments, machineries and the end consumer products. Textiles will be the biggest beneficiary, wherein Arvind, Wellspun India, Trident, etc., and a whole lot of textiles. I think they are going to have again a renewed set of export growth because of this tariffs. They will take away a part of it from China. Furniture, you have Century Ply, you have whole host of other furniture companies that will benefit. Plastics, so plastics articles there are many, but in listed space there are Supreme Industries, Finolex, you have Nilkamal, etc., etc. Even footwear in a way will be impacted, and Indian companies will get a chance to export to US, which earlier China was taking away that share. We have Relaxo, Bata. So there are a whole lot of companies which will benefit if they are able to capture the incremental growth from the US, and this is how we think trade war is beneficial for India and it is not against. So in a way आप इंडियन मार्केट को भी देख लो, वेडनेसडे को ये टैरिफ्स आए थे और इंडियन मार्केट है स्टिल आफ्टर दैट हैज गॉन हायर एंड नॉट गॉन लोअर बिकॉज पीपल नो इन अ वे दैट अच्छा है अगर अपना कॉम्पिटिटर को is having an impact, obviously Indian companies will benefit out of it. So this is what we read about trade war. I think it is good, it is great, and if India is able to capture the market, I think companies will be able to do better. So currently stock market is in a state of divergence, wherein Nifty और Nifty के जो 4-5 compositions है वो they are sitting at new highs and lifetime highs, and majority of the rest of the market is at a lower end of valuation. Yeah, prices are lower. So this divergence is not going to stay long. So this will slowly and steadily narrow down, and we think the top line of the Nifty will consolidate, but the small and mid caps will catch on, and the valuation gap or the price the gap which these companies are having will slowly come down. So keep your focus on specific sectors, on specific companies. Result season will begin from next week, but currently I think TCS has done a great job. It has ignited a confidence that no, Indian, in spite of Trump administration's visa problem and all those issues that were there, they were trying to impose, TCS has done a fantastic job by registering growth in its top line, and I think that is one of the great things, that India is really at the forefront in capturing and will capture US market. In a way, pharmaceutical also will benefit because of the tariffs in case this falls on some of the pharma companies in the China as well. So I think overall it's a great move. Currently market is in a state of divergence. We think this will converge. Small and mid caps will move ahead. Larger cap will consolidate. And we think there are a lot of opportunities in cement space, in housing finance companies, in realty sector, in FMCG से आप दूर रहिए, because valuations are really too way beyond, and stock prices have really gone up. So if you believe in mean reversion theory, I think sooner or later all those stocks will correct and will underperform, and the stocks that are currently underperforming will slowly catch up and rise in the bull market. So if you have anything specific about stocks or sectors, please do write to us. Thank you.